Hey everybody, Xdesign 101 here, and today we're going to be starting off our Photon Blox Plygame tutorials. So you'll be able to make a full online game. The first thing I want to note is that I'm using a version of Photon Blox that is not the same that is applied when downloading from the asset store. There is still a few more fixes that are still to be done by the creator as I speak to him often. But he also hands me updates as I hand out errors and stuff to him, and things have been going quite well. So now there's a pretty stable version, but I'm sure he has more fixes to implement before he wants to release. I have version 1.2.5, you guys have version 1.2.3, so if you want to wait to follow, that's okay, but you could actually get very well started with that version. So if there is any issues for whatever reason, maybe even just start this tutorial when the new version comes out. I'm not sure if there's going to be any errors or not with the Photon Blox that's currently available and Plygame and Photon Unity. So furthermore, just install Photon Blox, Photon Unity networking free, and Plygame. If you have any errors at all, try to read them in and or contact me via the Plygame forum. It's a lot easier than over the comments section. My name is Xdesign101 on the Plygame forum, so feel free to just send me messages and your errors if you're having any trouble, and I can tell you whether or not it's because the version you have or something like that, because there has been a lot of groundbreaking changes between 1.2.3 and 1.2.5 that has been heavily updated. So once you have everything installed, the pun wizard is going to come up with the pun setup. Now to set this up, standardly we just need to go on over to our internet browser and get our Photon. So just go to Photon Unity. Now we just click the sign in here. So I already have my account information. I'm about to blur out everything that you're going to see here, guys, except for the main information. So let's click on our Photon real-time dashboard right here. It's now about to get blurred out for you. Just underneath the name where it says Xdesign 101 and Xdesign 101 YouTube tutorials, there's an app ID. That app ID is what's going to get blurred in about a second because I don't want to give that to you. Well, it really doesn't matter because I'm not paying for this particular ID. I'll be deleting it after the tutorials. I use the first one at the top here for my current project. So we can just go ahead and click on that, copy, click away, go back to Unity, and just paste that in. And then we can go to Setup Project. And we want to change our region to US if you're in the US and Canada. Pretty much just switch to whatever region you are in. So this way you get the best possible quality and no possible errors. We're going to be doing this with Photon Cloud for now. Eventually you can move over to hosting your own Photon server, so you could have 100 players without paying instead of just 10 on the cloud. Protocol, UDP works fine, so you don't need to change that. Everything else here is just pretty much good to go. So all connection settings can be edited, it's done, everything's good. So that's all for Photon Unity right now. Now we need our BrainCloud. So to get BrainCloud, it's actually been deprecated, so you'd actually need to download a version of BrainCloud. Let's see here, where's BrainCloud? So I can always put a download to this BrainCloud here. So you're just going to want to import BrainCloud. BrainCloud was already free, so I don't feel bad for putting it on this particular one on the site, and I'm going to teach you guys how to update it as well so that you could always keep up to date with your BrainCloud. So now that I have put BrainCloud in there, we need to cruise on over to our BrainCloud portal. So actually, for shortcut purposes, you can just go to Window here, BrainCloud, and Launch Portal. It's going to take us straight to the website where we're going to log in. So I have an account, but I created another team called XDesign 101 YouTube Tutorials, so I'm just going to log into that team here. It's going to be very blank. We're going to have lots of work to do on this, so first off we need to go to our download client libs, and here are some links to get you going. Now we want the Unity client libs, so 3.2.0. Click download, clone or download, and download zip. Now we could open this zip. With this zip open, we can travel into here, and in BrainCloud clients we go to SRC, and these two folders we need to replace in our project. So let's go find our project here. YouTube Unity Plygame. No, Photon Blox tutorial. There we go. I clearly spelled that wrong, but who really cares? So go into Assets, find not Ninjutsu Games, but BrainCloud. You're going to find, okay, actually no, so BrainCloud's right here, and then there's plugins right here. Boom. All you're going to do really is just take this BrainCloud and this plugins, and you're just going to drag it and drop it, and it's going to merge the files, keeping whatever it needs to keep and replacing whatever it needs to replace. And there you go. So we can close no, we can keep our BrainCloud window open because we will need to get back to that. But now if we come to our window here, it's gonna import some stuff and finish that, because now we're not running on this deprecated version. BrainCloud wrapper, the name already contains, yes. That is an issue that you will get if you actually do exactly what I just did. See, what happened was that they moved the BrainCloud wrapper, I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced, yeah, to another folder, so it didn't delete the original one, so now there's two. So we're just going to go ahead back to there, and we can simply, I went into the wrong project, my bad. We can simply just delete the BrainClouds folder, and just drag that one back in there, just like that. The plugins one, because there's a lot of extra plugin stuff, then that actually comes in here. So that's why I would suggest you just drag and drop the plugins one, keeping everything that doesn't need to be changed in there, but delete the BrainCloud one and re-add that one completely fresh. That's the version of Photon Blox I was working on that the creator, I don't really know how to pronounce his name, and I really don't want to try to pronounce his name because it's got an H, and I don't want to call him Jupiter or Hooper. I don't know. I gave it a try for you guys, but hey, it sounded wrong both ways for me. If one of those was right, maybe he can tell me himself. We kind of just type chat, you know what I mean? Anyway, as you can see, we have no more errors, so we can close out of our asset store, and we can finally get something going. So there's some good stuff that comes with our initial setup here. First off is it comes with a working demo for your login screen. So we're actually going to create a new folder here. We're going to call it custom UI. So now we're going to go into Ninjutsu blocks here. No, 1 second here, not in the scripts. Prefabs, new. Examples, yes. Demo, no. Demo assets. No. Okay, hold on, where is it? There's one for the UI somewhere. Here, let me click. We type login. Huh, that's strange. did it not import the demo? Equipment, networking, PvP. Oh, there's the new. Okay, well, I ended up fixing that myself already. With the help again of the creator, with a lot of work on fixes with errors that I sent him. So. Anyway, there used to be examples for a UI. Let me see here. Let's go to Tools, Plygame, Plyblox. No, Plygame. We want the Show Toolbar. Just drag this toolbar right over here. And when you open this, click Yes. It's going to start setting all the Plygame data. We definitely need to start doing that right away. Now that the Plygame data has been dispersed throughout the project properly, it obviously opens up with no problems. We want to set our loading and saving from the player prefs to BrainCloud, which it has not popped up. Let's see here, hold on, BrainCloud. BrainCloud, we need settings. We never set the BrainCloud, so that's a big reason why we kept the page open. So again, we can just go to Window, BrainCloud, Launch Portal. We actually need to create a app, which is going to be our game, and it's going to have our settings. So we can just click on this blank right here. It says you have no applications. Click the plus right here. So add app, enter the display name. So we're going to call it Photon Blox Tut. Enable game features. We now need to enable all the devices that will work with this. So this will work with web, it will work with Apple iOS, it will work with Mac OS X, and where's not the Apple Watch, just the regular Apple. No, Apple, I mean, Jesus, Android. Oh, Google Android right there. So those are the four that I know for sure that it works on, the BrainCloud plus Photon Blox. So you can check all of those if you're not sure which platforms you're going to work on right now. So at least this way your BrainCloud doesn't cast you an error when you attempt to go use it on that supported on that platform. So make sure that all the platforms you might use this on is checked. So web, you know, Windows as well. That's 5 actually. If you want to put it on the Windows Phone, you can check the Windows Phone as well. I don't know a lot of people who do, but hey, why not, right? I've never actually tried to build for the Windows Phone just because I personally do not like the Windows Phone. So we'll just click yes. It creates our stuff for us, and it's gonna. Now we're gonna skip the coupon code thing. Now it automatically loads us up. Here's pretty much our game's information. So we need our app secret. You can change this at any time. I'll probably change this after the tutorial, because it's not, you're not going to want to use my information. You want to make your own so that it's yours, you know what I mean? You don't, yeah. So now we need our game secret right here, boom, and then our app ID as well. Now with that all done, we can save. Plygame, refresh. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. I understand. There's a problem there. Anyway, let's get out of BrainCloud, this BrainCloud bit here. Go back into its games. Photon Blox, extensions, actions. So I have a lot of extensions that came with him, but I had to delete most of them, but those are just kind of like examples to those extensions, so don't worry about those. I'm actually highly surprised that a demo did not come with this, and this totally took a crap because I didn't save the damn scene. one step too fast apparently. So just open that back up. Most of those changes should be fine anyway. Yep. All right. Normally just typing login would do that, but anyway, here I got an idea. We're gonna open up our store and we're just gonna import that specific information if it was left out. Because right now the version that he sent me update wise, it's only like updates. I still have to import technically this version to include you know, the tween library and all that other stuff. I believe this import complete project thing is going to be fixed in the next update, I hope, because it would be nice. Yeah, okay, so here's the examples. Equipment. Okay. Player room. Huh. All right. Well, I guess we'll let me stop this recording here and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I figured out exactly what it was. This is actually probably going to be part 2 of the video. So what's happening is that when I imported and everything, for some reason what was left behind was, if you go into Ninjutsu games, there should have been a BrainCloud blocks, and in there comes the examples and stuff. So mine's slightly modified already. So I'm pretty much just gonna do is show you what my custom UI is. I pulled it outside of my other game, so there's probably gonna be missing images, so it's not gonna be very colorful or anything for you guys. But essentially, there is a login demo, so you're gonna want to use this demo and add this demo to your build scenes for login. So I have it in my custom UI folder and it's the login, so now that'll be the next scene that comes through. All we need to do is go to our screen editors, language, and we need to go to scene login. You gotta make sure to do this, else it's not gonna know where to go from there. If you're gonna make other screens based off of this, then I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, well, it will work if you want to use the screen system that comes with Plygame, but I'd honestly suggest using Unity's UI because that's freaking awesome. So yeah, make sure that or scene is login or whatever your login is. Whatever that is. It's whatever that is. Anyway, I guess I'll just delete it since it's a missing prefab. So you're going to want to go on into our Photon, our NJG blocks part actually. See, we have UGI screens, but we have none of them set, which is not good, obviously. So we're going to want to set a couple of these. So this one's going to be lobby. So now we're going to drag in our lobby custom. Or if you do install Photon Blox and it comes with the BrainCloud blocks example stuff, then this stuff will be set already in your UI screens of the NJG blocks. If not, then do it manually as I am doing it. Or if you want, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you exactly how to recreate this in case you do not have the example or it is forgotten. So one thing at a time here. So we got our lobby, now we need our login. We need our notification. Achievements. Did I spell that? I think. that one B is not supposed to be there. Achievements, there we go. Lobby, login, notification, achievements. Leaderboard is one more. And we'll drag in our leaderboard here. So we don't really need a description or anything. This is pretty much just going to start working all in now. Here in our blocks here that comes with this, what it's doing here is on start, it's hiding all screens, so making sure that there is no screens or anything hiding this information. So it's going to check if is authenticated. Is authenticated would come from the BrainCloud section here. So if is authenticated, then we want to show screen lobby, else show screen login. So it's as simple as going over to, I guess, Ninjutsu Games here, and we have show screen in the under UI. So you use your show screen block in both of those, if and else. Now on success, so this will just cast a response. So that's a temporary response, a string, BrainCloud success, and then on error it'll BrainCloud error with the response. This is, I guess what's happening is that's the notification messages, whether or not it successfully authenticates or not. So that's what that does. So that's pretty much gonna start us up. So if it takes us into our login, so we'll drag and drop our login in here. As you can see, there's no image whatsoever here. Let me disable this. Maybe it'll be, yeah, there you go. It's a little easier to see what's going on. There is buttons here though. So you'll add apply blocks. You want to make it similar to this. So in login C, when you click on that, it immediately has, you know, a screen script and everything for that's basic from what was created. So you might not have the screen script if you do not have the example, so you can skip on that if you don't have the example. You're going to create a apply blocks. You want your remember, so the toggle, the input user, which is the input email. So like that's these things that are in here. So we're going to end up creating these. So create our panel. Of course the panel is the main panel. We have our info, if your account doesn't exist, yada yada. That's just like a message with an image that you would use as a background if you wanted to. Your toggle button, which has remember on value changed. So it's in login C. So most of the events are going to be inside of here. So on start, it's going to set the value input from input user in self to get user da 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 da. So get user, so it's getting the string from player prefabs default to null. That would probably in BrainCloud again. Da da da. No, not in BrainCloud. I would assume Photon Blox. It's called getString for whatever reason. From player prefs. Oh, so it's the load save provider, getString right here from Plygame. So this does use some Plygame's stuff because the load save provider is also kind of being fused in with BrainCloud. Bam, bada, bam. So the on start's going to have this information here, setting the text get game version on text this. So set toggle is on equals has pass in player prefs. So that's has key, so that's this has key button here, and then you'll type in pass as a string. Then remember in self as game object. Boom. Now we're going to have the login event. So when you click login, it's going to show screen notifications. It's going to set user, so string user. It's again a set string, so player prefs. So we're going to set string to get input value. Get input value. I've never actually used that one before. Common. Get input value. Where would that be? That is a value that comes with ninjutsu games. So get input value, and then input user, yada yada. So these are those things that I told you to set. Input user, remember, input pass, text version. That's that stuff. So you'll be using that with the average variable blocks, so as game object and stuff like that. Once you do this, toggle is on, which is a component, so GUI toggle is on at the very top for UGUI. Pretty self-explanatory stuff. We already found these blocks up here. And authenticate with email. So that is more or less something to do with BrainCloud. Authenticate with email. There you go. And password. So that would be this one under here under the authentication service in BrainCloud. On authentication success, these are all events that some of these events aren't. So login is a custom event, and this is actually the event on authentication success. So you can find these events in ninjutsu games, BrainCloud, authentication success, and then character, on death, all these different events here. So you're probably going to want to hunt through some of these events. This is for the Photon stuff. Right now we're doing the BrainCloud. So as easy as going back and using our show screen that came with our ninjutsu games here, show screen. The screen name is the screen data, so show screen, and then the screen part here, so you can just do the screen data, which is notification, and with param authentication succeeded, so that's the text, but use it in param 1, and then trigger event show lobby, which show lobby is going to just do a debug. You don't need to do the debug if you don't want, but just show this new screen lobby. That's pretty much it. On authentication error, we're going to be doing a few other small things here, like that reason code that we were doing, those reason responses. So this is all going to go straight to the notification, but we're just showing the screen with a different param. So email or password can't be empty, you know, this parameter, so it's string format with args. Where would I find string format here? Here it is, string format, which would be in ninjutsu games. So you'll grab string format, copy this, what you see here, get value. So string format's down here. Oh, that's dictionary value. It says right here. No, that just says get value. Where would this get value? Get input value? No. Get text? No. Just straight up get value. There is also this fancy search function, so if you can't figure it out, just search in get value. And then press enter. So we got get value right here. And then again, go back. So I couldn't find the get value, but it's going to be in either, oh, BrainCloud is. So get value is BrainCloud. There you go, we found it. I guess it would be, but if you can't find it, just search it up with the search function. And that's pretty much it. That's just an error code or whatever. Now when we go to load level, this is pretty much when we're clicking play game or something like that in the so we want to set PvP to false, set character ID to 1, set room name to RPG. You can again change this or perhaps not do some of these. Like I would say I'd probably only do the PvP. You could do the character ID, this one, but load level demo and this. We're not loading the level demo, so technically I'd say just create a new like you can just edit this to do your proper scene. So there's no scene for us to do right now, so we won't be actually loading a level. And our remember, so if we toggle a remember, it's going to set pass to input pass in self and player prefs. So that means get value, input value, that was in our ninjutsu games, get input value here, and then else delete pass from player pref. So it makes quite a lot of sense here. It's just a string, get value, and then your local variable. Show lobby, we already did that. And reset password to reset the email password. Reset email password from get input value from da 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 da. Pretty simple. So that's logging in. Once you've logged in successfully, your lobby will come into play here. So we'll just drag and drop our lobby. And now we have a couple buttons. The two buttons at the bottom of this panel here are not showing, but there is two buttons here. One shows the leaderboards, and the other one is showing the other one logs out. I deleted the button for the achievements because I don't really use the achievements function much, but I'm honestly almost 100% sure soon there will be the new updated version of this scene, probably in the new update that Buddy's gonna be releasing on the asset store soon, so we could always just wait up for that too. Else later on I might do the achievement page for you guys. Right now it's not too big of a concern. So there's a few things you're going to want to set. Again, the screen script not exactly necessary unless you have the example. So you're going to want item name, well, input name, text rank XP, textile stats, input XP, and text stats names. Make sure you're looking in HD and everything because you want the spelling of this stuff pretty good. And then you're obviously going to want to drag and drop those items into the select areas that are within this drop down. So here's the drop down here. Try to create this. So that's an input user, there's a header, there's the panel. This panel is my main panel with the, oh, I do have the achievement button still, so bam, you guys are banging luck for that. I'm just not using it. Anyway, the panel here is for the 3 buttons initially. Then you got the header, which is the top of this panel. Anywho, so we have this play now button that pretty much just gonna jump us the gun into playing now. But we don't really care to do that right now, mainly before the fact that we need to actually set up everything. So for the most part, there is absolutely no oh yeah, I'm doing laundry, so I'll be right back for the next episode. And I am back. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, we were just checking to make sure that there isn't any input in any of those things, period. So there isn't. Everything is inside lobby. So we'll just open up our blocks on the lobby here. We got quite a lot, as you can see. So on start, man, lots of stuff here. Lots of stuff. So we want to set edit name in self to false. Pretty self-explanatory, or Tory, my bad. Set input value, again, we'll just go over to ninjutsu blocks here. Set input value. No, that's BrainCloud set input value, isn't it? No. Set input value. Input value, where is that? What is it in GUI, set input value? Definitely not. Flow. Jesus. Okay, well, just search set input value. It could be where that other input value is, but for whatever reason, I can't find it. Shit string set int, no. Jeez, it hasn't been anywhere I've looked so far. Set input. Let's get input value. Oh, set input value. It is in the UI. Jesus, that took a long time to find. I kind of just whizzed by it anyway. You guys probably had the time to figure most of this stuff out. This one we've already done with the string format here, since that's right here. Using the string format twice. The text rank here. That's update player XP and level, update stats. So we have some setting temporary values here. So it's pretty simple, just in our variables. Temp value. Loop with stats. We're using the temp value, set temp value, and the string format block. And then we want to go to our BrainCloud so we can get our read achievements, read all player stats. We need read all player stats, read it. Yeah, okay, so there's two. Read all player stats. We want to read achievements. We were doing that. That was in there. Read achievements. Read player state and read XP level. So read XP level, and then read player state. Yeah. Oh, player stats. Oh no, yeah, player state. Where is player? Oh, read player state. So yeah, you're gonna need those. That's in order to get the latest data. Obviously, again, self-explanatory. It gets your latest data stuff. We can do our logout button now. So it's pretty much just gonna show screen notification logging out. It's gonna log out from BrainCloud. That's pretty standard. That's just logout button right here. It's the same logout button that's here in the BrainCloud section. And then on logout, you want to show screen log in. So on logout is actually an event part of the BrainCloud section, not a custom event. Edit name is a custom event. Logout was a custom event. On start is obviously on start. So edit name. So if we press the button to edit the name, we want to set the interactable to truth. We want to active input. We want to select target, input name, and set edit name and self to true. And then else will deactivate. So this is activate input. Which won't be in BrainCloud, but in here more or less. Activate input in the UI, yep. So you'll just use that block there. Set interactable, that's in the regular UI, GUI section for set interactable. Update player name would be around here, I think. Update player name. Yeah, update player name would be in the player state services, and then set it to false. So increment experience points, we're not actually going to be doing any of these. This one, or this one, or this one. You can do this one and add a button. This way it'll reset the player stats if you want to reset player stats at any time. But we don't need to do the increment and this, because these were just for like demo windows that I'm not using and I deleted. So technically I can delete increment experience, because this is how you would actually set the experience to BrainCloud. This is increment, so increments the player's experience. If the player goes up a level, the new level details will be returned along with a list of rewards. So if we're in BrainCloud here, we can find our increment experience. See, increment experience points here. So you don't need this. I'm actually going to delete it myself. And increment stats I'm going to do as well, because that's something you would do when you're saving the game, which we're going to get to that a lot later. Resetting stats, you can keep that and add a button to that if you want. And on stats changed, so when the stats change, which we're still going to want this, it's actually an event that is called when stats gets updated from BrainCloud. Perfect. Simple stuff. So loop with stats, temp variable, stat name, and stat value. So loop with achievement, loop with stats. Here you go. Loop with stats is the bottom with player here. Most of these items, so you're going to use the string format again and some temporary strings for all these, and some local variables and temporary strings again with your basic set text from your GUI. I hope the volume is okay. I apologize if it's like flexing around, because I kind of do that as I get used to talking. I'll just kind of talk at one level when I'll realize I should talk a little louder. So on experience change, so when the experience change, this is going to happen as well. We need this to happen. It's on experience change. This is again an event that needs to happen. So it's pretty much just going to set the text, string format, some temporary variables. It's going to get title of level. So get level title right here from gamification, and it's going to set it on the text rank experience. On reward, so I think this is for an achievement, yes. So if you get an achievement, reward type equals 0, milestones rewards, it's just going to notify you that you have completed an achievement, you have completed a quest, you have leveled up, kind of thing, you know what I mean? And this is on reward. I honestly don't think you'll need this, because you're not going to be leveling up or getting any rewards or achievements or anything while you're in the main menu. So I'd say that you guys can skip this. If not, it's pretty self-explanatory on why and how you would make it. But to be honest, this is not something you would use in perspective. You would do this in game only for your character. I'll get more to that later once we're actually logged in and spawned in game, because that's when shit starts to, oops, my bad for my language, that's when stuff starts to get more intense. So feel free to copy this if you want. It's just a string format and a string, you know, nothing crazy. Again, like I said, it's not needed because you will not be updating your stats while in the login menu, because you physically shouldn't be logged in on two computers, to be honest. Now on the on-player state, we'll be just setting some stuff here again, you know, very simple stuff. So update player XP and level. It's just a set text event. Oh no, the event is on player state. So on the on player state event, it comes with a bunch of these values. So that's why it grabs these integers and all these other stuff. It comes from these values that are made here. So again, pretty self-explanatory. Just follow the exact, you know, things you see here in the text. It's not the brackets, but it's the wavy brackets with the numbers, because that's the information it's grabbing. Pretty simple stuff. On the text rank experience, a local variable, that's what it's going to be on. On levels metadata. On XP levels metadata. This event is called after returns data from read XP level metadata block. So this stuff you could put in, because for whatever reason, let's say, I guess you were logged in on another computer, you could actually review your stats changing on a different computer if you wanted to. I don't see why you would, but hey, whatever. Because we'll work on Photon Blox friendly UI once we get into that as well. So for now, feel free to just copy this. On receive achievements, updates achievements, you can skip out on this one if you want, because that's all it's doing is a debug. Post to load leaderboard. So you will not need to do this or this one, because this is just a custom event that'll show you that the leaderboard works by letting you adjust. So you can technically delete this. So there'll be two leaderboards. I'll show you how to add the leaderboards and stuff into game. We can reset scores to reset them. Again, these three things we won't need unless, of course, you want to test the leaderboard yourself. So it's just those blocks. You'll find them in your BrainCloud, because it has stuff to do with the leaderboard stuff. And then your play now is very simple. You're just gonna show a load screen and then load your level, because you are connected at this point. And once you load the level, it's going to build your character and everything, which we're gonna get to that in the next video. I just want to let you guys know that I wanted to release this first video to get you guys started with a UI and how to properly authenticate and log in and stuff like that via the examples. So if you have the examples, you just feel free to make duplicates of those prefabs like I did at first, and I used that to learn quite well. But at the same time, his examples are still very clean and nice when it comes to making a tutorial, so I figured I'd just, you know, show you how to remake his example. So these other, like your achievement windows, your leaderboard. So if you want to actually open up your leaderboard, we'll get up with that and stuff later. We do actually want to make our notification panel quick things, because we kind of need that to be done. So go ahead, add these local variables, text content, button OK, button accept, and button cancel. We'll just drag and drop this canvas here, get rid of this. The message notification goes here. There you go. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. It's just literally a button, a background, and stuff. Nothing too intense. This is a notification window you'll use for in-game notifications, and I believe at the same time it's the same notification. It is the same notification window you'll also be using in the actual login. So once you log in, it'll use that notification to tell you that authentication has succeeded, yada yada. So we're gonna do this quickly. Just you don't need to do animations because there's that screen animator text thing. If you don't have that script, don't worry about it. It's not fancy. You could write your own at any point in time. So this is very simple. Hopefully you've been looking at it while I've been rambling. Set text, some disable blocks. We're checking if param2 is defined. If param2 is defined, we're going to enable button OK. If param2 is equal 1, we'll enable button OK and button cancel. And then close is just simply going to hide screen notification. Pretty simple. So now if we actually save this and load our match here, it's going to load. We can type in our email, which I have an email right here, and then I have a password already typed in because I have this saved already. So right here there's a login button, and there is the lost your password button, and you can barely see, but if we type in login, it's authentication success. I forgot to change the load save provider, so let's actually go ahead and do that, because that's something that should be done right away, but it wasn't letting me do until I entered in that app ID and stuff like that. So again, always make sure that load save provider is good to go. Let's try that one more time, shall we? So we have this. It didn't save my password this time. Ay. Okay. Maybe it's because the capital. Yeah, there we go. Authentication succeeded. It loads us in. It has my name, xdesign101, mainly because I logged in once before. The very first time you log in, there will not be a name information, so you can actually go ahead and set that and then hit enter. It saves. This is my unknown rank. I have no XP. I have no skills to show because you have to add that stuff in your BrainCloud. So in the next tutorial, when I return Sunday evening, I'm going to overlook the BrainCloud website and what we all got to do to make it match and function properly with our current game. Because right now, if we did log in, there's no scene for us to load into right now, but it would physically load us into a new world and spawn us, but we have nothing to spawn. So right now you're perfectly authenticating and ready to play, guys. So I hope this video wasn't too crazy long. It's probably over an hour, but hey, ciao.